everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video on the Burberry Her range, explaining the difference between them all, and I also have the brand new release, the new Burberry Her Intense, that I'm going to be letting you know what my first impressions are, how it compares to the others and the previous Burberry Her Intense. As you know, one of the main reasons why I started my channel was to help demystify the perfume world, and I think now this range has so many versions, hopefully that you find this video helpful. If you are new here, then do check out my hundreds of other videos. I have over 1,000 videos on different perfume ranges, new releases, notes, perfumers, so do check out my other content. And if you're a regular viewer, do make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up, that really helps me. And all the links will be down below in the description box where you can get these perfumes where they're available all around the world. But before we get into the video, I want to say a massive thank you to today's video sponsor, Omnisend. Omnisend has been a company that I've been working with for years. It's a product that I've been using on my website when I quit my job and decided to create a perfume business. One of the big milestones and hurdles for me was setting up a website and emails and all the stuff associated with that online, basically creating an e-commerce brand. And I've been using Omnisend ever since I set up the website, like what, 3 years ago. It's a really intuitive application that I can just connect to my Shopify store. Basically it takes care of a lot of the marketing side of the business, and it's used by like 125,000 other businesses, and lots of newbie businesses like me, not just experts as well. So for example, I can show you on screen one of the things you can do here. When you buy one of my samples, you automatically get an email which gives you a £5 voucher off anything else on my website. So that's something that I've used Omnisend to do. So you can see here that I can just customize a message, create a workflow so that when someone buys a sample, they automatically get this message, this notification, and I create the discount code in Omnisend, and then it just automatically takes care of it and sends it out to you. So it was really beginner friendly, something that I had no idea even was possible to do, and it's a really powerful thing to be able to do. I thought maybe I'd have to manually send out those kind of things, but instead I could just easily use Omnisend. So if you have an e-commerce brand or website, you can use my code Soki London, details will be down below, which means, and when you use my code you can get a free Omnisend account and 30% off for the first 3 months. So yeah, thank you Omnisend for sponsoring this video. So let's get into the perfumes. So the original Burberry Her, it's been out for quite a few years. It comes in the transparent bottle. It was created by Francis Kurkdjian, who now works at Dior and has his own range, Maison Francis Kurkdjian, which is owned by LVMH that also owns Dior. But before that, when he was more independent, this was one of his creations, and it's really known for being like a top strawberry perfume. It's very sweet. It's kind of like a strawberry cupcake. You've got vanilla in here, reminds me a little bit of the Kaioli Bougie Marshmallow one, which is also like strawberry cupcake vibes. And then as it settles, there's a little bit of a calming, cashmere-y hint of a violet note as well, which is very feminine and clean feeling, even though it is still like quite sweet. So you do get strawberry. It's not like super fruity. I'd say that as it develops, that sweet vanilla-y cupcakey note comes through with that cashmere. It does perform pretty well. I do smell this on people when I'm around London. I can smell this. And I'm going to say in my rankings that I'm going to put this as my second favourite in the range. So my favourite is the Burberry Her Elixir that came out a year or two ago. So this one has that same strawberry top note. It's just not as sweet, and it's just a little bit more calm, I think. It's got jasmine in here rather than the violet, so it doesn't come across as having any powderiness that sometimes violet can give. And it's got a little bit of a sandalwood creaminess in the base, which along with the vanilla, it sort of like takes the vanilla from being very sweet cupcake to a little bit more sophisticated and grown up. So it's kind of like a more grown up, calmer version of the original. It's just a little bit more sophisticated. I do have samples of some of the others. So the Eau de Toilette is probably in my third place. It is a light Eau de Toilette, so it's not as concentrated as the Eau de Parfum, but it's quite uplifting. It has peony in, which I love. It's very fresh, uplifting, feminine, floral, but it still has that strawberry vibe in, so it still gives me some fruitiness. It's a very inoffensive, easy to wear, fruity floral, and I do find that it performs a little bit better than a lot of other like designer Eau de Toilettes as well. So next on my list is the new Her Intense. So this is coming in at 4th place. So this one, they did used to have an intense version which has been discontinued. That's probably because it had an ingredient in that's perhaps now been banned. For them to re-release and make a new Intense, that makes me think that's why they would do it so soon. The old Intense was like a deeper version of the original with the strawberry, but it had like amber benzoin notes in it. So rather than the sweet vanilla, it was more ambery with the strawberry. This new Intense version is a little bit different. So again, we have strawberry, but what it has a lot of in this is ambroxan. So when you first spray it, you get a really sweet strawberry, like a candy or a bubblegum strawberry, like not like the strawberry in the original at all. It's much more, I guess, like an artificial strawberry rather than a strawberry smell that you'd find in nature. And then as it settles, this ambroxan comes through. So ambroxan is a slightly creamy note that's in things like Molecule perfumes, Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. It does help perfumes last, but when it's a really noticeable note like this, I find it can just be a little bit heady, a little bit, again, it's not a scent that you find in nature. And with that really artificial strawberry smell, that sort of artificial ambroxan smell as well just becomes like quite a lot. I much prefer the strawberry that's in the Elixir and the original. For me, this, I don't really like, you know, like strawberry bubblegum and things like that. I don't personally like those smells. So this does last. I can smell it on me. Ambroxan does really help things last. But personally, it's not to my personal taste, but it probably is more strawberry than the others. Whereas like the others, the strawberry note does fade. This one, it does stay through, but it is quite an artificial strawberry rather than a natural fruitiness, if that makes sense. And then 5th, I'm gonna say Burberry Blossom. This one is quite light, peony, doesn't have the strawberry note in. Instead, it's just like got a bit of orange in with the fresh peony. It's inoffensive, but it's just really boring. And then last, I would say the London Dream. London Dream is kind of different. Again, we've got peony, but it's quite musky, and it also has a sharp ginger note when you first open it, which feels like it doesn't really fit with the rest of the range. It's just very light, and again, I just think it's a bit boring. There is Burberry Her Petals, which was a limited edition bottle with all petals on it, but that contains just the original formula, I think, so that doesn't count in my ranking. But yeah, personally, I think Elixir is the most like grown up and classy. The original is a great scent. And the new Intense version is a good perfume. It does last. It's just a bit, something in it that just isn't for me, but that I tend to not like ambroxan perfumes in general, but I do think people will like it if you're looking for something that has that quite artificial strawberry smell. Whereas if you're looking for something more of a vanilla-y, sugary strawberry, I'd try the original or the Elixir. So I hope that helps demystify and explain the range. I got this new one from Look Fantastic, and these are the 30ml sizes, by the way. You can use my code in the UK, LFTF Soki, to get 21% off your Look Fantastic order, and details in the description box, but I'll leave the links to where they're all available all around the world down below in the description box. But that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.